Okay, right. Very good morning, all of you. So the online two, the one, yeah, my friends are getting joined. Yeah, online two. Very good morning, all of you. Then uh, now that the year end, okay, the one aspect, the innumerable notifications vis-a-vis the Telangana state is concerned. Of course, we have immediately the group one notifications and expecting few more from the state of AP. Right? So no doubt the coming year is a busy season for your preparation for competitive and say that you will get succeed and as everything right. So far you have waited patiently and now you have to gear up and see that your dreams will be realized. It's a matter of weeks, months, only the time. So that we, as that waiting period is over, okay, see that it will be done and you will come out with the flying colors as per this your competitive exams is concerned. So advisable thing is that go through the previous videos either in our app or the YouTube so that you will get the quick review and quick revision of the things and advisable to watch or at least listen in either way because already you listened once, so twice thrice like this it will have more impact, okay, because repetition is infallible technique of memory, right? That's the only thing. As many times revision as possible instead of striving for quantity, your qualitative reading, qualitative preparation is essential, okay. And anyhow, as usually, so this week we'll go ahead whatever be the important of this week, and next week we'll try to revise entire 2022, the very important aspects, so that immediate examinations it may be useful. Then, so any other doubts, clarifications from your end of the previous classes? Then one of the, again, the legal issues, or we call this polity issues for us, the state government pushed back. So when something is who can is the matter of judiciary. Again, the constitutional aspects come into the fore. This is nothing but revising your polity. Here, the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court. Okay, come up heavily on the UP government. As the UP government notified the OBC reservation for the local bodies, it has put an end. Though, as per law, yes, the government can provide SC, ST, OBC, and all the things. Even now, you have the EBC also. We discussed number of times on the issue of reservations. Okay, here arises the Supreme Court kept the triple test while providing the reservations. Whether the triple test was adhered or not, that was looked into by the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court. And finally, it says as the state government was not adhered, till that happens, no question of implementing these reservations. Of course, it's permitted. You can go ahead with elections, but not with reservation. But state government preferred otherwise. It preferred adhering to the triple test. That's the beauty of it here. Instead of again appealing, okay, or even appealing to the Supreme Court, they adhere to the triple test. So, what is the triple test? That's a very important point. And in recent days, we are not discussed. Okay, long back, I think 5-6 months back, we discussed this issue. But now again, the triple test issue arises. Let us quickly recollect. And before that, recently in one examination, the question posed in India, the reservations were existing or introduced, I think, not existing, introduced from. Then the choice they're given is from the day the Constitution came into force, by the First Amendment, by the Seventh Amendment, by the 42nd Amendment. These are the choices that is given. Perhaps what? Okay. The question is, the India, the reservation was introduced. One choice is from the day the Constitution came into force, that is January 26, 1950. Then they're given First Amendment. Then they're given Seventh Amendment. Then 42nd Amendment. Of course, again in the below, okay, the fifth choice is there because I think that's among examinations. Anyhow, these four choices, what is the right? Sure? Doubtful. So when the Constitution came into force, the concept is not there. It's by the very first amendment to the Constitution. In which year? 1950 itself? 51. Okay, 1951. And one civil services, the question posed, when Parliament was constituted in 1952, how is that first amendment was done in 1951? Only Parliament has the power, right? Yeah, Constituent Assembly itself acted as provisional Parliament. So that point also advisable to recollect. So very first amendment added the clauses to our fundamental rights, the 15.4 and 16.4, providing special benefits to the socially and educationally backward classes. So we have the SC, ST, then later the concept of the OBC, but OBC reservation commenced only from 1992 onwards in a way. Then recently you have another 10% reservation by EWS. This EWS reservation by which amendment? Not 105, 103. Okay. I mean, when the issues are advisable to recollect these constitutional points. Okay. Then recently, of course, the Supreme Court delivered the judgment also on EWS. It upheld, though it is beyond the 50% stipulation that itself kept. Okay. And it said it's flexible. Okay. So these are all the few issues that we can quickly recollect. EWS reservation is under 15.4, 16.4 or any other different article? Same article or any other new article added? Oh, here Parnashma, yes, your answers are right. The EWS reservation, is it according to the same 15.4, 16.4 or any other articles? No, it is 15 clause 6, 16 clause 6. EWS. 4, 6. Then what is 5? Without 5, no 6, right? That is for regarding promotions. Okay. Then back to here, this triple test, which you have to know about it. This is the triple test. Just make note of it because I'm sure that's long back. We have done all these things. So when the first one they said is set up a dedicated commission. So first and foremost thing is you have to create a commission to conduct rigorous empirical inquiry into the nature and implications of backwardness in local bodies. And those who are writing for or aspiring to be, right, the group 1 mains, I think today or tomorrow the result is getting expected, right? So this got to be, and for civil service mains it's very very important. Even general essay you have to make note of this wherever this sort of the issues arises, this triple test. So most often we used to teach in mains rather than in prelims about the triple test. As now the issue arises, advisable to know this. So a dedicated commission to conduct rigorous empirical data. When you use the word empirical inquiry, they have to go to the ground and do this, not on paper. Okay, collect the data, nature and implications. So the consequences in future, what it is all. So you have to look into that. Here the word is also about the commission. Generally we use the two words, commission and committee. What's the difference? Yeah, when the commission should be headed by a judge, a retired judge, then we call commission. Otherwise, a committee, if it's other words. Good. So that is a very first and important thing is you have to create, set up a commission. And second part is that specify the proportion of reservation. When you use the word proportion, proportional representation in tune with the size of the population. Okay, so how many are there? Then how much reservation you are providing? Now in India, for example, it's nearly 50% plus are OBCs, but still reservation was capped at 27, keeping you the overall reservation should not exceed percent. Okay, that is one aspect. Second aspect is that even among the OBCs, few are very rich enough. Okay, that is the reason why Supreme Court came up with the concept called creamy layer. So the avoiding the better of sections from the benefits of reservations. So you have to keep these better of sections aside, and the needy of the needy, okay, when it is the dire needy, has to be looked into. Okay, so proportion required in local bodies in the light of recommendations of the commission. Okay, that is in tune with this. And the third aspect is that ensure reservation for SC, ST, OBC taken together does not exceed 50% of the total seats. Now this is also in question mark because recently only Supreme Court said 50% reservation is flexible. That's what they use the word. So if that be the case, already few states started passing beyond it. Tamil Nadu reservation is already there 67%. Recently, what is the state? Made it to 77%. Chhattisgarh or Uttarakhand? I'm subject to correction. So they made it in a way. So then other states also following the line, and they are asking the center to put those reservation bill in the ninth schedule. Is it? Am I right? What is the benefit of keeping the state laws in ninth schedule? Yeah, ninth schedule is, yeah, saving these laws from the judicial review. So court has no power to strike it off, whatever be there. Anyhow, that itself case is pending in the Supreme Court for a long time. So even now the UP government, so double engine sarkar is there, right? BJP and the thing, who knows if it kept it up. But anyhow, right now the stipulation of the triple test is on these three issues. So for the mains, advisable to be thorough with this. Yeah, Aparna mentioned is a Jharkhand. So hope it is right. So make corrected of this Jharkhand. So one is commission should be there. Proportion of reservation need to be adhered and should not exceed 50%. Simple way of remember things. And this sentence Has to be very, very important. So now for the prelims and the mains, which of the following is a triple test? Which of the following is not part of this? May be asked, okay, because last group one clearly shows almost like a civil pattern the questions posed. So adhere to that issue. So any doubt on this reservations? This capping 50% reservation Supreme Court stipulated, not by the Parliament. That you know. Which case? Andal Commission case, otherwise called as Indra Sahani case. Year 1992. Okay. Right. Advisable to recollect those also. No doubts? Right. Then switch over to the another the law letter. Uttarakhand's conversion law gets governor's nod. So here the Uttarakhand conversion nod, governor's signature. What is the conversion? What they are converting? Or stopping conversion. So that is relating to the religion, freedom of religion. So right to freedom of religion is our fundamental right. Which article? From 25 to 28. Okay, is a part of our how many fundamental rights totally? 7 or 8? Huh? Neither. It's only 6. So initially 7. Right to property is no more a fundamental right. So yeah, it's a legal right. Then we can say this right to religion 25 to 28 overall, but specifically Article 25. So number of time we discussed in the class, very important. That provided the freedom of conscience, Atma Sakshi, the freedom of conscience, according to your will and wish. You can change your religion if you want it. It's an optional. Okay, freedom to. What are the 3 words? Yeah, good. Profess, propagate, practice. The 3 words the Constitution used. So number of time we discussed. Okay, check those things in a way. So is it an individual right or collective right? This is an individual right. That means it has nothing to do with your family relationship, nothing to do with your brothers, sisters, anything else. In the same family, number of religions also may be there. Okay, you may be adopt number of religions according to your choice. So if that be the case, recently the number of states coming up anti-conversion laws. Okay, so they are putting restrictions in the process of conversion. What is the major issue? Why the state governments are coming up? 2 issues mainly. Number one is the so-called love jihad, wherein the Muslim boy love the Hindu girl and marry the Hindu girl either just before the marriage or immediately after the marriage. That girl is, or allegation is that forced to convert. Okay, there's an allegation. We don't know the truth, but they are compelled, or though they are not interested, as the marriage is sanctity for them, very auspicious. So they don't want to miss that just for this simple reason. So they maybe get connected without their free consent. So they were lured otherwise. So to avoid this sort of issues, anti-conversion laws initially by Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. So far nearly 6 states plus it is now the Uttarakhand also joined with this. Okay, and finally governor also fine. Anyhow, we have to wait and see. Again, this is going to be disputed in the court of law because the prior permission is required. And if any forcible conversions, of course, the fine is there. Then how you will decide is a big question mark. Okay. Just a parents, naturally they'll complain. So unnecessary the legal battles continues. Now that already the Allahabad High Court and then one more also, they came up against the laws and few strike it off few sections of the laws. And feasibility is that future the Supreme Court may take up and finalize the issue. Till then, it's pending. But anyway, recollect those issues regarding the conversions issue. Okay. So here they said those found guilty, the imprisonment up to 10 years, fine or both together also they made it. Then of course one more point is they had to pay up to 5 lakhs to the victim also. There's a new clause added. All the states laws are not having this clause. So here what does the stress is forced conversion, not voluntary conversion. So you converted without free consent. Okay. So what will be treated as forced conversions means without free consent. Without free consent means okay. One aspect is generally, the force when you say that you put something on the knife on you, your neck, or the pistol on you, or you will threaten, okay, blackmailing, okay, or any other things, okay, that sort of things is force. But when this is linked to the free consent, one more thing is that undue influence. This is actually the major role it is playing. Undue influence. So when they use the word this undue influence, you are influenced, that generally is a most often is a positive, uncalled for, unnecessary. Though you are not interested, but you listen to, isn't it? If I ask you that go and sit in the backside, you may not interested, but still you have to adhere to the order of the faculty or the lecture. Same thing, somebody sitting back will may ask that though you are not interested. This is nothing but a teacher has an influence on the students. A parent has an influence on the children. High end have an influence on the low end. A boss will influence the employee, otherwise he will be or she will be fired. Okay, these are all undue influence. Here the marriage issue arises. Generally in the family, the male influence the female, or the husband influence the wife, and other lovers. So these things are implied, the issue. And the other party, whoever be here, if they wanted to make this contract void, they can. The reason why this sort of agreements are voidable, a legal term they use, initially valid, but in future they can opt, stating that I was forced in this manner, though I'm not interested. Okay, so this word is very, very important. And same thing now, recently Supreme Court came up heavily on the government that is not taking steps in the northeastern states. There, the Christian missionaries playing a crucial role. Here, this all love jihad issue. And Uttarakhand, one of the reasons is the Christian missionaries there. There, to convert, especially the poor people, they are luring them, giving some material benefits. Okay. Now, for example, the season of the cold, so they are giving some, okay, whatever the protectors for the cold, okay, sweaters they may give, or some blankets, something, and see that in future you will get more. Okay. Now the Christmas and things, Santa gifts. innumerable to the children, and regularly you will get. So they will luring with different material benefits. So with that, they are getting converted, not intentionally. So it has to be addressed. So keeping these things to the Uttarakhand came into this issue because this Christian missionary is mainly targeting the tribals now and very poor people in those areas, northeast parts, and to address the both the aspects, the Uttarakhand community. And one aspect is that nobody is going to question that if it is really a forced. Only thing how you are going to decide is the bigger question mark. Okay. So for the mains purpose, keep those 2 points. Okay. The one is the love jihad issue, another is now the Christian missionaries issue. That making these states to think over and doing it. Right? So any doubts on this? Your permanence individual, right? Then another one, the Kalasa Banduri drinking water project gets center's not. So when is the drinking water project, nobody is going to say good enough. If it's connecting the two rivers or what will be or two centers, no one is going to question this. But the issue is here, it involves the other states also. So whenever the interstate issues are there, you have the interstate water disputes, interstate boundary disputes also, and those has to be addressed properly because these are very sensitive issues. Already the states are facing in this, and few cases are there, the courts also. So this is the picture when you say this, the Maharashtra which you are saying this, Malaprabha river. So this is a place, Lhasa, okay, Banduri. Here they wanted to construct the project, okay, Mahadayi river and this junction, so that they wanted to provide the drinking water facility. As it is a issue of elections, shortly the concern too, the timing only that is an issue. But keep that aside now. This Belgavi is also in the news recently. Why? Okay. Yeah. Is that the border issue is also there. So now, once this project was done, now the central government approved this detailed project report. This is, of course, no doubt a long pending drinking water project. And opposition from which states? Two states mainly. One is from Maharashtra, another is from where? This is getting opposition from two states. Here it shows the Maharashtra, no doubt. Is there any other state it is going to be covered? So that that state is objecting, right? Pardon? Goa. Good. So Maharashtra and Goa, they are the two states are objecting this project from long time, and they wanted to supply this drinking water to that Belgavi district and Bagalkot. Okay. Similarly, Dharwad, Gadad, the four areas they wanted to supply the issue. Here, right? When there's Maharashtra, we'll find this the Goa. Okay, I think it's not there. Okay, so it is addressing the four districts of Karnataka: Belgavi, Bagalhot, Dharwad, and Gadad. So there are Kalasa and Banduri. When this is concerned, okay, this Banduri, this Kalasa. What these two are? As you are the geography students, two. They are the tributaries of which river? This Mahadai. Okay, Mahadai is the main one. So these are the tributaries of this Mahadai. So even in the geography, if this question is posed, you have to address it. So they want to divert 7.56 TMCs of water to the Malaprabha river. So by constructing the bridge here, you have the Malaprabha river. They wanted to divert these waters to this river. So from that, this river, right, when this Malaprabha dam and all those things, so this Belgaum districts, okay, Dauti, Kanpur, this will get, this Dharwad districts, they will get the benefit out of this project. So 7.56 TMC of water. The reason why there's an objection from the both the states, because this Mahadai river, if you find, is the Goa state, the Maharashtra, right? So the two states is objecting the issue. So this, of course, the mapping, when you say this, the tributaries, okay, they clearly show this. So either the prelims or the mains point of view, read this issue. And number of states in India having these water disputes, try to recollect what are the states that we have, that things. So for example, when you say this Godavari, you have the Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh. They are concerned with this. And recently the Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, they are making on this Vamshadhara project as well as on Mahanandi related projects. Then of course, regarding Tamil Nadu, Kerala, this Periyar issue is very much is there. And from long time, the very big issue of the Kaveri between the Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, mainly Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, of course, the Puducherry, Kerala also, they involved here. Uh, then of course, Krishna here, of course, for sake of this, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, they are loggerhead regarding Karnataka. Then this Mahadai river, just now we discussed, the Goa, Karnataka and Maharashtra, they are involved. Even the Narmada issue also there, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Rajasthan. Okay, the states involved. And Ravi, Bias and Sutlej. So this is also a big issue, mainly between the Punjab and Haryana. Of course, Rajasthan is also involved, but these two are very much in the loggerheads all the time. So if you see this, except the Ravi Bias issue, okay, maximum disputes is regarding southern states rather than the northern states. Is it mean that there are no rivers in northern? Right? Is. But practically there's no problem. But here it is. As most of the rivers is. So once one student was posed in the civil interview, this question. When this issue is related to the pass on question, okay, in between. Why the most of the southern states is involved in river water, why not in northern states? Can you tell me? Good answer. It's just simple reason, right? Most of the rivers are perennial, so as origin from Himalaya. But here purely based on the nature. Okay, the rains, the floods. Okay, one state there floods, another state is happy sometimes. So the issue is different in the way things, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so make note these things. Any doubt? So these reverse issues you can keep in mind, and of course, international issue on this issue, India and Pakistan. We have on this Indus is still going on. Then regarding Brahmaputra, we had a problem with China, okay, rather than Bangladesh. But Bangladesh is having problem with India. Okay, regarding what rivers? Now mainly Bangladesh is insisting for sharing of Shara reserve stalled. Tista issue. Tista issue is still pending. Farakka issue and Kushar issue that was resolved. Now Tista issue is only pending for us. So this be looked into. And I said just now the Karnataka and Maharashtra already loggerheads regarding this Belgavi. Okay, last time we discussed. And this week update is that Maharashtra passes a resolution, okay, on this issue. Assembly, okay, Maharashtra Assembly passes a resolution. So now hitherto is an issue between the authorities. Okay, they are the deputy CM, here the CM, they have the verbatims. Now it become official from the Maharashtra point of view, claiming it. As is an emotional issue, they're stressing on this. So quick recollection is also required. So it says that when it is one of the oldest and well cultured historical places are there in this Western Ghats of this Belgavi, and its earlier name, when you're talking about this Venugrama, derived from this bamboo characteristics of the region. And here, as we stated number of times, the 1956 is a crucial year where the states were reorganized on the basis of language. So the States Reorganization Commission was established. In which year it was established? SRC 53, after the sacrifice of Potti Sriramulu Garu and creation of Andhra state, Kurnool as the capital, right? Then they said, okay, let us go ahead with the linguistic states. So at that time, keep in with the population, what they are speaking. It was a sign. So here statistics says at that time, even today, if you take this 11 census, 68% plus they speak Kannada, and only 18.70 speak Maharashtra. Then Karnataka says this. Not only then, even today, the majority are Kannada speaking. If that be the case, how do you claim it? And the very basis of state reorganization is language. Okay, maybe it's under Maharashtra rulers from long time, Maratha rulers. You can understand that. But now that we are part of Bharat, the Khanda Bharat, as entire India, and this only for administrative convenience, states were reorganized on basis of language. And majority are this. If that be the case, how we will? The Karnataka simple logic. Plus, they have the backing of law because SRC recommended. So, de jure, as per law, that belongs to them. And even as per the criteria of the language, it should belong to Karnataka. Then why Maharashtra is claiming? Just historical claims, will it stand? Always, right? That's what I'm saying. Historical claims. So once it says, once they're all number true, they ruled it. Long time, not it is the party's concern. So they have the historical claims. If that be the case, and I'm sure that number of districts of Karnool, Antapur, also will be claimed by Karnataka, isn't it? Once upon a time, they are not. So there no end to that, the issues. So again, it's big. Unfortunately, it'll become political. It was politicized rather than to the core. But a point need to be addressed is in both the states the BJP is ruling, and central government is at the also the BJP one. So it has to be resolved properly. Then undue clashes won't be there. Otherwise, the border areas, continuous infightings, unrest will be there, and that become an emotional issue. And Maharashtra already, right? Once upon a time, sons of the soil theory is there, the local concepts, and they may arouse this local sentiments very easily. Then that may create a problem to the even the entire the unity and integrity of the country. So has to be addressed in a proper manner. And like just now we talked about, I mean here SRC when you talked about who headed this SRC, Fazil Ali. Good. So that fact also keep in mind. Fazil Ali Commission also sometimes we call it. That's the first SRC, right? The second SRC, 1956 is first SRC. Second SRC, right? It's not it. Though there's a lot of demands. Okay, even now there's a demand that okay, second SRC need to be done. But so far we don't have second SRC. So these are the states wherein the border disputes are going on. Now Andhra issue is there, the Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand. So virtually Odisha, if it keeping it up, okay, four states it's having disputes. Okay, so with Andhra, with Chhattisgarh, with Jharkhand, with West Bengal. So when you say this Orissa is surrounded by, okay, so Andhra Pradesh here, okay, this is which state? Chhattisgarh. This is Jharkhand. So all of the four states is having the problem. And after that, the biggest problem is of Assam. Okay. So with Nagaland, with Arunachal, and recently it entered into the dialogue, and even there is a fighting of the this police, that police also. So when it's going beyond it, and Bihar, UP, here a peculiar problem. Boundary fluctuating due to rivers changing course. So once the river is the thing is concerned, okay, as the hilly areas, once sitting there, the biggest problem, and nature creating the problem for them rather than the things. Then Himachal, Uttarakhand, they are the six places of Dehradun districts. Then even Gujarat, Rajasthan, this Magadha Hills, currently in this. Then Karnataka, Maharashtra already, this Belgaum is a major issue. Then Karnataka, Kerala is also there regarding Kasaragod district. This Kasaragod again right now in setting. So this border in one way or the another, the issue. Though fortunately right now Andhra, Telangana, though few districts, a few mandals, not districts, right, of Bhadrachalam area, right, Khammam district right now. So they are claiming, but that's not to that peak. So it's because of that it is not mentioned. So the central government has to step in and resolve. That's the best way, amicable solution, because the political solution is only alternative. As most of the problems have the backing of these politicians. And look, unfortunately, from this political point of view, Okay. So that has to be resolved politically first. Otherwise, finally the court has to step in and do that one. So from the mains point of view or even general, this is very important. Yeah. But no mention this Fazil Ali Goa, right? Any doubt? Then one more issue is Manipur CM recently launched upgraded inner line permit IPL system. Of course, here is not any controversy. You only upgraded. So when this upgraded version, this is for the convenience of visitors. Whoever wish to visit the Manipur, they have to take the permission. Now that permission is simplified as the portal was created, and now the permission can be granted even by the deputy commissioner and labor commissioners through online itself, need not personally. So here the question arises: Manipur is in India, so we have the freedom of movement from one place to another is our fundamental right. Which article? You have six freedoms under one article, 19. So article 19 to 22 is providing overall right to freedom. 19 providing six freedoms. Out of this, right, we have the freedom of speech and expression, freedom to move from one place to another, freedom to form assembly, all the things, right? So that is your fundamental right. Then how is that you need to take the permission? Do you require the permission to go to Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, even Delhi, Kashmir? Nothing. Then why? So certain areas they wanted to protect and preserve that indigenous culture and heritage. And possibility is that those areas are socially, politically, economically different from the rest of the world, rest of India. So they don't want to be disrupt their echo. Keeping that in mind, take the permission come. It's not that saying no, but has to be done. Now the question is who what are the states? Is it only Manipur that is adhered to inner line permit or any other states? Hmm? So here, when you say this concern, simply you can remember this inner line permit is an official travel document required. For whom? For non-residents to visit the states. Okay. So it's an entry pass. Right now, four states of the northeast belt have this inner line permits. So they are Nagaland, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram. And recently, now it was also added the Union Territory of Lakshadweep. Though initially it's not there, it was added later. So clearly you have to say what are the durations. So they are the places, right? Clearly when is this? There are Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, the blue dots it is. So which schedule is dealing with this? 5 or 6? It is sixth schedule. Tribal areas especially things. Whereas scheduled areas, fifth schedule. Okay. For example, it's entire India it is. So in Andhra Pradesh you have Araku Valley. It's come under Pandyam and all the things. So it comes under the fifth schedule. Telangana which area? But right now it is officially it's not. It's not mentioned. Will come under though Bhadrachalam, all those areas now the state is striving for. Those should be keep under. But so far it has not kept. So these are the things it is. And rarely they may put it up. This question. Arunachal entire state. Nagaland also entire state. But when it comes to the Tripura, through sixth schedule covers 70% of the area only. When it comes to the even Assam, 3 autonomous districts comes under sixth schedule. Okay, then the Meghalaya, almost entire state covered under the sixth schedule. Manipur, of course, it is an ILP is there in this. So Tripura and Assam, two few areas covered here. This is why especially this borderland issue. Okay, as a lot of time, number of years, there's a struggle in borderland. Okay, even at one point they strive for the separate state, but now it is assigned autonomous area. So autonomous districts they can become. Then later this Karbi, Anglongs. So because of the issue, the so whenever like this in news items come, quick recollection of these areas always advisable. Clear? Any doubt on this inner permits? Then one more thing relating to recently in Assam, the CAG came up heavily, the Comptroller and Auditor General's report. The large scale anomalies were in updating NRC, that is National Register of Citizens. So software issues are there and utilities is questioned. So quick recollection of NRC. NRC is nothing but an official record. So when it's official record for what for? Or they are legally Indian or not to determine this document. So as per the Citizenship Act 1955, we will decide who is an Indian citizen, who is not. Parliament passed the act. Though in Indian Constitution we have the provisions relating to citizenship. Which part of the Indian Constitution deals with citizenship? Part 1, Part 2 deals with the citizenship from Article 5 to 11. What is the 11th? Last. It authorizes the Parliament to make a detailed provisions regarding the Citizenship Act. In tune with that, the Parliament made a detailed act in 1955. Okay. And now, whenever you say constitutional amendment of the Citizenship Act, CAA 2019 is in question. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Recently, in one, I think, Bank RSS, they posed the question. It amended which act? Okay. And one of the choices is 19 itself. And unfortunately, they kept some students kept this 19 itself. So they amended the Citizenship Act of 55. Another choice is the Constitution. Okay, amended the constitutional provisions of between, the part 2 of the constitutional provisions, 5 to 11. There's nothing to do with that. Okay, not articles. It's relating to this. So long back, when is this? 1951. They said, okay, this was done. So NRC Assam, when you're talking about, why specifically in Assam? It's a state-specific exercise to keep its ethnic uniqueness, because 1971 war is major responsible. Number of people from Bangladesh came to India and they settled in Assam. Illegal migrants, we call it. And the Assamese struggled and struggled. Even you have Assam Accord in 1980s. The students' unions later turned into the political rulers too. So as per the accord, is now the central government agreed to deport these illegal persons. Then you have to decide who is legal, who is illegal. And unfortunately, that was not done. So, as per the accord, 1986 Citizenship Amendment Act was made. Again in 2003 is amended. And all the twice it's relating to mainly for the Assam and other states regarding addressing the illegal migrants. Once upon a time, we had the concept of jus soli, jus sanguinis only. That is citizenship by place of birth. Once you born in India, you will become an Indian. Or if your parents are Indians, you are Indians. But later the concept arises, are your parents or legally? Parent implies both, right? Mother and father. If either of them is illegal, then what is the position? Isn't it? So illegal becoming legal by marital bond. So to address the issue, especially this 2002-3 amendments, they said is concerned. If either of the parent is illegal, okay, they will not get, okay, the child will not get even the Indian citizenship. So like this, the number of times this amendment act was made, but still the deportation is yet to commence. Okay, none was sent back to. So the struggle is on and on, and with the Supreme Court intervention, finally this NRC is going on in Assam. It has to be done, but still the software problems are there. So the few genuine citizens of India also denied. So we have the bigger issues are there. So to address that issue, again the fresh part will be done. So in 2014, the Supreme Court ordered the updation of NRC. Then one more thing in Assam, again recently the Election Commission announced this delimitation commission. This is a different one. Delimitation here is now the constituencies. In a state, when you're talking about, you have the MLAs, the legislative assembly, then you have the parliamentary constituency. So what is the boundaries of this constituency? What the size of the population? Generally, trend is that the size of the population should be the same. Okay, it has to see that. Okay, of course, the geography and all the other criteria, innumerable criteria will be taken into consideration. But see that the maximum between one constituent and another, the population should be the similar. So if you find it in one constituency, it is very small, one is very too big. So to address these anomalies, you have the delimitation commissions. So now that this delimitation commission will undertake the task based on 2001 census. So previously it was done based on 1971 census. So long back it was done. Now it has to be done in tune with this. So keep in view the quick recollection of these delimitation commissions. They are appointed by the Government of India under the provisions of Delimitation Act. And you have the article that is dealing with is 82. So Parliament has to enact the Delimitation Acts, and for this we have the Delimitation Commission Act. So for every census will happen every 10 years. So 2001, 2011, now 2021, but that not happen. Why? Because of this COVID scenario. So we have to wait and see. It was postponed 26 whether it will happen or not, but otherwise 31 is only. Okay. And who are in this commission? It composed of, this is important for us, a retired Supreme Court judge. There's a one, and second part is the Chief Election Commissioner of India, and third one is the respective state election commissioners. So the three members will be there in this: retired Supreme Court judge, then Chief Election Commissioner of India, and election commissioner, chief election commissioner of the respective state. And quick recollection also, so far 4 times the delimitation commissions was done. So 52, 63, 73, and 2002. Okay. Okay. Recently in Jammu and Kashmir also, okay, for the state, the delimitation commission was done its work. Then another related to election commission, now they said is remote EVM. They are coming up concern, so they called it as RVM. So remote voting machine. Though the electronic word is also this, they use this word only, RVM. So like the remote controller, you can operate from elsewhere, a far distance. Similarly to you can vote wherever you are in. Anyhow, the process is there. You have to adhere to the process. The prior registrations has to be done. So it's a part of reforms of elections. That's one thing. And second factor also, now we are going to write this group 1 mains related. Okay, last time we discussed this in the technology, they concern governance, e-governance, application of the tools is important. Now they are applying this technology as a tool for reforms. Technology as a tool for reforms in this process. So because of the availability of technology, now it becomes easy wherever. Already by availing this technology, the poor people are availing the benefits of ration. One ration, one nation, one ration. From anywhere else you can take it. So why can't this voting? Wherever you are, why need to be traveled, right, from place to place? Because election commission identified very clearly this number of persons not able to exercise because they are far off for one reason or the another. And this migrants issue is very much there vis-a-vis with this COVID is concerned. So keeping all these issues, now they are voting the things. So as per this, the remote voter must register online or offline within the pre-notified time as well as the place it is concerned. And of course, returning officer, generally the district collector is the returning officer. So once approved, then it will be done. So this is, we called it as a dynamic ballot. And now the election commission is calling for parties, all the parties. We have 8 national parties and 57 state parties. Let us see what they are going to exercise the issues. Is it right? Now, recently, what is the party? Aam Aadmi Party became the national. Is it 8th or 9th? 9th. So, make this correction also. What are the other parties? So, anyhow, the given time up to January ending. So, by February or so, we'll come to know everything about this election reforms. Anyhow, this, last time in the election commission we discussed with the TN session, the major election reforms started, and now the era of technology. Okay, so how best that will be used. Then similarly, they talked about Gram Nyayalayas again, and in this context, the parliamentary panel came up heavily on state governments for negligence of constituting Gram Nyayalaya. So, quick recollection of this Gram Nyayalaya. They are nothing but the village courts for the speedy and easy access to the justice system. Okay. And when the parliament passed this act in 2008 itself, and they asked all the states to create this village. And at that time, the target itself is 5,000 village courts has to be done. But so far, it's only 200. So this become a question mark. It is concerned. And unlike once upon a time, right, the village courts, when you talk about, it's not just elder person in the village, because they do most of an arbitration. Here, every Gram Nambale shall be established, every panchayat, when it says, it is nothing but the court of judicial magistrate. So it had the power of the first class magistrate. Okay. So it's a de jure. And here, the presiding officer will be appointed by the state government in consultation with the High Court. So, High Court is involved in the process of Gram Nyayalayas. So, this Nyayadhikaris who are appointed by state government in consult with the High Court, generally they will sit in one place. At the same time, they too can move. They will hold the mobile court as well. Okay. And they have the jurisdiction of both civil as well as the criminal cases. Then, to encourage this Gram Nyayalaya, high courts can transfer these eligible cases from district court to Gram Nyayalayas. High court has the power to transfer from district courts to Gram Nyayalaya. Transfer of cases or shifting of case from one court to another comes under one of the writ, certiorari. Sure, prohibition, certiorari, both are there. So that can be invoked here. So most of the time they will try to settle disputes via conciliation, okay, between the parties. Anyhow, once they are happy, appeals can be done to the district courts and others as usual. So let it be solved at the village level. That's the point. And any Nyayalayas in Telangana state? So far we don't have anything. Okay, that step. Even I'm doubtful in Andhra also. Neither Andhra nor Telangana will have, I believe. Okay. Anyway, cross check. I'm subject to correction. Okay. Check once this is concerned. Then one more quick recollection. This one rank, one pension issue is again on the row because that's very much discussed from 2014 onwards. Okay. This is relating to armed personals. So once they're retired, they'll get the pension. So previous pensions, the moment their service matters taken into consideration. But now with this 2014 issue, when the pension was refixed on the basis of their rank and length of service. These two issues only, one the same rank with the length of service, only that will be taken into consideration and fixing it. And now the Union Cabinet finally approved. And they said with effect from July 1, 2019, they are going to give. Though this happened in 2014 itself. And this implementation, because it's again an objective question, is based on the recommendation of a committee called as Koshiari Committee. It's a 10-member all-party parliamentary panel. Okay, B.S. Bhagat Singh Koshiari. So the objective part, if you keep in mind, is sufficient. Okay. Rarely, of course, if they want this effect is from July 1, 2019. Okay. Even before ORP ex-servicemen used to get pension as per the pay commission's recommendations. Now it is different. Then one more, the issue that is enveloping, and we thought of the Jain community is protesting. Rarely you will find protests from Jains and Buddhists. Okay, because they are peace-loving people, right? They stand for non-violence, even the strict non-violence. Jains especially. Okay, even there are few the Jains, right? The Svetambaras, Digambaras is there, and few will not wear even the chappals and everything else, so that even knowingly or unknowingly they don't want to harm even the insects. So if that be the case is concerned, really protesting, it attracted the attention of the world at large, and the government has to address this. So they are protesting against the decision of the Jharkhand government as well as the central government. No doubt their intention to promote tourism where on the summit Shikhar hills. Okay. So either two, okay, though whoever reading this only aware, now that is either in history part or everything, the quick recollection that the Samir Shikhar hills of Jharkhand, what it is concerned. So what is the decision of Jharkhand and central government, and that is related to promote tourism. So once the tourism was encouraged in that area, like Tirumala, for example, if you see this, right, is a touristic. Anybody can depart, and the government is developing a lot. But what is the problem? It will affect the ecosystem. Then, hmm, apart from this thing, why Jains are specifically protesting? So tourist means everybody will come, and that will disrupt their sanctity of this place. Why this summit Shikhar is very sacred place for them. So this is the place you're in. Then, if any chance comes, okay, try to visit the places also. The summit Shikhar, when is concerned, where the Parashnath, okay, this is also called as the Parashnath hill in this Girth, the district of Jharkhand. Here when you say the summit Shikar, the peak of concentration, that itself is the meaning of it, wherein all the Tirthankaras, right, Jain Tirthankaras, especially when this from 20th to 24th Tirthankaras, they attained salvation, the moksha here through the meditation. So when the ascended thing is concerned through the meditation, naturally is the sacrifice, a place of silence. The meditation is nothing but the place of silence. So if the tourist comes, they won't be in silent, isn't it? It's but natural. For them, it's an entertainment. Okay? No doubt the government wanted to encourage religious tourism. But Jains feel that as this is very sanctity is there and part. And another one they stands for the complete vegetarian. The tourist you cannot restrict. They may come up with the meat and everything is concerned non-veg. Okay, some hotels will come in the course of time in and around this area. So is also a concern for them. Then eco effect, this plastic boil, anything, this thing are related. Sound pollutions, everything, okay, one form or the another. So the reason why they are protesting. Anyhow, the reason apart from this, for advisable part is concerned, this summit Shikhar, what it is, okay, as per the places and its history related to advice. Then again, when come to this protecting this pilgrimages, they can concern the Prasad project is in the news because recently the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, visited both Telangana and Andhra. And this Prasad project is very much in news. Of course, here I put it only Telangana. So, the due apology to Andhra. Also, she visited the Sri Shailam. There also initiated the thing is concerned. The AP2. Okay. So, this project. So, what is this Prasad full form? Okay, Prasadam is not that in a way. So, it has its own the full form. Pilgrimage, here it is mentioned. Rejuvenation and okay, pilgrimage, rejuvenation and spiritual heritage. Again, here A stands for augmentation, D for drive, and augmentation. Two different words. So it's the Ministry of Tourism. They'll take care of this project. So right now in Telangana, she made it one is the Bhadrachalam temple, another for infrastructure about this Rudreshwara temple. What is the other name of Rudreshwara temple? Very popularly, it was named after the sculpture. It's the only temple in the world in India which is named after the sculpture. Ramappa, Rudreshwara, the Ramappa temple. So, quick recollection of those facts also important issue. So, here this National Mission on Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Augmentation Drive that was launched in 2014-15 by the Ministry of Tourism. So previously it's called as Day. Okay. Okay, that is of Housing and Urban Development Ministry. It's under now that was discontinued, and in 2000 initially put it only Prasad, SAD. Then later it was renamed, changed in 2017 to Prasad. So this is the first one, second one, third one. Okay, it's transformed. So from 2017, it get transformed into this issue. Then, as I said, the Ramappa temple advisable to quick recollection. So it was built by this Kakatiyas. The Kakatiyas style the Hindu temple when is the god Shiva. So we call this Rudreshwara. Okay. So when he talked about 1213 AD and the ruler Kakati, Ganapati Deva, and authority of his chief commander Rudra Samani, and Ramappa, the chief sculptor. That's what he said. The only temple in India that was named after the architect. And again, 2021. Okay, last current affairs we discussed. It got the recognition from the UNESCO, and it put it in the UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Even the name is Kakatiya Rudreshwara, they put in the bracket Ramappa temple. So if you historical related, go through this issue also. Okay. Then when the government is no doubt taking care of pilgrim centers in India, apart from this in the world also they are taking care. Recently, they announced that India is ready to restore and renovate the temples around the world, including this Angkor Wat. Which country? So Cambodia. Okay, because the Hindu temple once it is concerned, and even in Sri Lanka, we renovated few temples. Nepal, keeping you the Ramayana circuit in Nepal, Buddhist circuit in relating to Nepal, wherever, I mean, to promote this Ramayana and Buddhist circuits, we are undertaking the projects of renovation. So, though the Cambodia a bit far, then now the recent decision of the government in this. Then, quick recollection of the defense part. So, Indian Air Force successfully test fired the extended version of BrahMos air missile. What is the BrahMos? Is the cruising missile. So, surface to air to air, surface to air, or surface to surface. Now, who tested? Indian Air Force. That clearly shows, right, that it is more than that, isn't it? So, it's a two-stage missile with the solid propellant. Okay, last time we discussed this, booster engines. Is it a supersonic? It's a supersonic cruising missile. Who developed this? Both India and Russia. It's a joint venture of India and Russia. Aerospace developing this. So it's popularly called fire and forget missiles. Then what is the maximum range? Right now 290 kilometers, but in future they are planning to extend up to, second step is 450, then 600. Then one more, Prale is also in the news. So the Ministry of Defense has approved the purchase of this 120 indigenously developed missiles. So this is a surface to surface missile with a range of 500 kilometers. Developed by, of course, DRDO. So from 2015 it was approved. So right now, the recently a test file was made. So it is India's first tactical, just make that point, because number of missiles right now, but it was considered as India's first tactical quasi ballistic missile. Is the first tactical quasi ballistic missile. Is India's first tactical quasi ballistic missile. So it was just now I said powered by solid propellant rocket motor carrying these conventional warheads. Because this quasi ballistic missiles, they have the lower trajectory than ballistic missile. So when it has the lower trajectory, that has its own advantage, and they can defy modern air defense systems by maneuvering mid-air rather than. So to counter China, this sort of thing is very much required by me, and that was much appreciated. And this served, okay, uh, as what we called, and one word that very much in the news once upon a time, rocket force. It's very favorite to our first CDS, who Bipin Rawat. So his dreamed desire, CDS Bipin Rawat envisioned this rocket force. So this parallel missile act as a foundation for this rocket force. So once this rocket force that will integrate the army, navy, and the air forces, and naturally, just now I said it targets against just right now. The China is an advantage for the tactical part. Is it a nuclear missile? Both nuclear and non-nuclear. Then, and a few more thing. Quick recollection is Praveen Kumar now appointed as an acting Central Vigilance Commissioner. So as 28th December, he took the charge. Praveen Kumar Srivastava. So present is Suresh and Patil as he completed his term on 24th itself. So what is CVC? So in our constitutional, non-constitutional bodies we discussed in this. Is it comes under the constitutional or non-constitutional? Unconstitutional. It's not unconstitutional. Huh. Statutory or non-constitutional, same or different? It means the same. Okay. Created by the statute, created by the act of parliament, so we call it as a statutory. Is it CVC a statutory or constitutional body? Statutory. So when it was created, so that means you are not revising and revising the thing is concerned. So quick recollection, if you say this, so in February, though it was founded long back and recommended by Santanam committee, it was made at a statutory body only in 2003. So it had the chairman and two vigilance commissioners. So whatever, because one of the anti-corruption body it is, and CVC as a designated agency to receive complaints of corruption or misuse of office. Okay. So to it you have to send it. Then essentially the book The Forks in the Road, My Days at RBI. So it was written by, can you looking at him, the face, recollect? See, Rangarajan. So any link with this Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Rangarajan? There's a governor also, right? Not only RBI, the governor of then United Andhra Pradesh. So in the book section, visible. Then coming to another issue, the first complete library constituency. Okay, in India, in talk this, so Kerala's Dharmadham that became, because the Kerala itself known for is the first literate state, 100% literacy. So now they had decided that in every constituency there should have a library. All villages, okay, entire constituency should be. So with that, so in this contest, remember the father of the library movement in India, okay, Puttuvail Narayana. So, so every village in that constituency right now having this. Then Indian National Congress celebrated Foundation Day recently. This is on December 28th. So quick recollection: Indian National Congress was established in 1885. Who was the founder? A.O. Hume. And where the meeting was held? In Mumbai, Bombay, once upon a call. And W.C. Banerjee, the first president of the Congress. So here the contest is the found when he said A.O. Hume is the founder, right? Okay. So quick recollection of those things. Then one more relating to international news. Okay, Mangdeshu Hydro Electric Power Project handed over to DGPC. Here, this is between India and Bhutan. So India helped Bhutan in construction of this 720 megawatts of power project. So India only provided both financial and technical assistance for the construction of this hydroelectric power project. So now the Bhutan is able to generate up to 44% of its capacity. So this DGPC is nothing but is the Bhutan's okay, uh, authority to deal with this project. And quick recollection is that from 1961 onwards, we are having the relationship with Bhutan regarding water issues. So when Jaldaka agreement was signed, so this is to generate hydropower from the plant being expected in the southern Bhutan. Then, of course, the Chukka hydropower project with the 36 megawatts is also fully funded by Indian government. And recently, only last time we discussed, we had the Mangdechu hydro project was also inaugurated. So we are helping both Nepal, Bhutan. We are helping very much in this power projects related. Okay. So these are the few issues of today. So any doubts, clarifications? Over? Make note of it. Right. Yeah, that's it. Then Right. So we'll see the you in the next year. So we'll try to make the roundup. Okay, entire 2022 round up in the next week, so that a quick recollection of very important enterprise bets. But still, as I told you in the beginning, now these are the days, even I can say the hours of your preparation, because the need of the hour, not even a second need to be wasted. And see that in one exam or the another, it may the group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, all are there in the Telangana part is concerned. And Andhra is also on the, so is the Mela now, the government job Mela. So see that you will be inducted into one or the another. Beauty is that the same preparation, there's difference. So consider it as an agna, keep all the things aside, everything, okay, including your problems, whether it's big or small, doesn't matter, or any other things, and focused, and that's the only way. Hope this new year, okay, we'll see you all your bright faces, okay, in one government job or the another. Right. Happy New Year and advance advice. Thank you, advice.